Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 19th at 9 o'clock in the morning. The really exciting news is that the temperature is only 33 degrees Celsius, but it's at 74% humidity. And this is life in Grenada in the summer. St. George's was founded by the French in 1650 when La Grenade was colonized by the governor of Martinique. The French began their colonization with a series of skirmishes that virtually exterminated the island's native Carib population. The island was ceded to Great Britain by the Treaty of Paris in 1763. So good morning, guys. I am in Prickly Bay again, and I've actually made two female friends around my age, which are probably the only two women my age for 100 miles that are also sailors. I went to visit one of them 2 days ago. She just had a baby and she's staying in a cottage, so I got to visit her husband, and the newborn baby. And the other one is my French friend Virginie. She's from France. Her English is not so good. She's been in Grenada for about a year now, and she's really good at the bus system and finding her way around, and she knows the capital city of St. George's pretty well. So my friend Virginie, who said that she understands the bus system really well and she really likes St. George's, she had suggested, like, hey Lexi, how about on Tuesday we go together, I show you how to use the buses, we'll go down to St. George's and we'll explore it together. And I had thought, like, wow, like what a wonderful idea, and like maybe I could bring the camera and make a YouTube video for you guys. Virginie also has a website, and she's agreed to be my photographer for today's outing, so you're actually going to get to see me interacting with the local peoples and wandering around. What I find most interesting is the people of Grenada, the people living in St. George's, sort of the way their life is, the way they have to struggle to make a living, to survive. I think it's interesting. What I find really interesting is the way life for the average Grenadian is. I'm very curious, like, COVID has been hard for everybody, and for these people here on the islands that depended almost completely on tourism, they're really struggling to survive. It's interesting to see the way people have had to be street vendors to sell local fruit juices, or they have to, they go fishing for a little bag of tiny fish and all day long, and they need to sell it for 50 EC, and that's their wage for the day. It barely covers their fuel. It's interesting to see the way other people live, isn't it? Okay, dinghy launched. Let's go. Grenada, these fishermen will go out by themselves in these tiny little boats. They have no radio, no life jacket, and a single engine, and they go brave the ocean like this.
So then we make the decision with the expense coming, we had to buy gas and beef and thing, how much it costs. So we just make a sacrifice and we work the whole night and come up only in the morning and not try to get by. So it's like...
Sometimes you'll stay out all night.
Yeah.
You'll be floating out there all night long.
No, we anchor down. When night time we anchor down, we don't drift. Because remember, you just find an edge and the big fish in the deep, they come up to the dry to feed at night time.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a technique. So if you don't feel them in the day, you got to sacrifice and make a late soak in the night to see why you would. Like only if it's a true fisherman. You have some fisherman again, depending on what they want to do, they will fill in.
You guys need some fish today?
Just watching if it's okay. We're just watching. It's very interesting. So, like, you're a local fisherman.
Yeah.
It's you and your friend.
Yeah.
Is it like your brother, your buddy, your mate?
Well, it's like a brother, but not blood brother. It's just like, you know, when you say brother, like we are one cell.
Yeah, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's me and you and God. We can see,
Yeah.
you know, and we have the catch or we have to be, you know, it's just like that easy. You
So
know?
every day, go out, catch what you can.
No, you see, we have days like coming like about Monday. If we go redfish fishing, it's like, when I say redfish, like snapper, that's choicey, you know, that will go to your hand like river running. But anytime you get like greenfish and silverfish, it's kind of complicated when you don't have redfish. Lexi, and this is Popeye, the same name. And then we have, with Lexi, we have the Mai Mai.
This is Mai Mai.
Yeah. And then we got the captain stuff, like the captain for the boat. We got the captain stuff right here.
Hello, this is the snapper.
Yeah. And then we got the barracuda.
Can you eat the barracuda? What about the cicatera?
No, it's very nice. You can eat it.
They don't have cicatera down here.
No, you don't have no cicatera.
No cicatera in Grenada.
All of here. This is the front side.
You're going to be on YouTube, brother. This is a YouTube video. You'll be posted tomorrow. You'll be famous. So we're exploring St. George's when it started to rain. The rain is coming constantly over the hills behind us, but it never rains for that long. So usually you just take cover for 10 minutes and it probably will pass very quickly. The statue at the Carenage Harbor recognizes the fate of the Bianca Sea. The Italian luxury cruise ship is often referred to as the Titanic of the Caribbean. In the very early morning of October 22nd, 1961, while the ship was anchored at St. George's, a major explosion occurred in the boiler room. Local residents quickly manned their fishing boats to rescue nearly 700 passengers and crew. Only one died. They created a makeshift hospital to care for the injured while welcoming others into their homes. The ship sunk 2 days later near Grenada Beach. In appreciation for the heroic efforts of the Grenadians, Coastal Line gifted this statue named Christ of the Deep. people constantly walk up to us and want our attention. They can be rather aggressive about it too. Sometimes as you're walking along St. George's, people will follow us around. They'll see that we look like tourists and they'll want either our attention, to talk to us, to lead us around. The people are generally very friendly here. Yeah. This spice vendor lady was hollering at us from like 100 meters away, waving us in towards her. She really needed us to come to her stall. She really desperately needs to make a living, and there's so few tourists
I am
around.
the camera woman for my friend.
So when you crack open the shell, this is what
Yes,
you get?
it's my friend, and she
But
wants that
you don't
I
eat this like
You are
peanut?
from the same place?
Because it would be just terrible.
You are from the same place?
I don't know.
You are left together?
No.
Honestly, we got harassed like this at least a dozen times in the 2 hours that we were out exploring.
So you spend a holiday in Toronto?
I don't know where she's from.
You don't know the city?
No. I'm very happy.
So you are talking to your friend?
You have a very beautiful island.
What's your name?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Virginia. Like
The harassment is usually worse when I'm a girl wandering around alone, but with the two girls, Virginie took most of the harassment on my behalf. She sort of protected me from it. And this is the big fish market in St. George's, Grenada. We call this guy the Towel Man. We saw him a couple of days ago. He wanders around Grenada just wearing a towel. You know, this local guy in the red hat is working this corner all day long. He's got a shopping cart with some fruits and veg, and he's hustling me pretty aggressively.
you have to meet Anna. Annie, sorry.
Oh yes, I
made a
know.
mistake.
I remember you. So how have you been enjoying the island?
Oh, I enjoy your island. You can be very proud of it.
Oh yes, oh yes. Lots of sceneries and lovely people here and there.
Oh yes.
So you've been experimenting with any of our spices yet, madam?
Sorry?
No, I was asking her if she was experimenting with our spices as yet.
No, not really.
Okay.
She's just arrived.
Oh, okay, okay. This is a cocoa ball. Can I have a smell?
Cocoa ball.
Yeah. If you take a bite of it right now, it's bitter. This is the actual bean, how it looks when you roast it, which would give you this ball here. But now it's dehydrated, so you can only get like the powder from it.
Okay, so just like the history of Grenada.
Okay, well this is October. It's a very historical month in Grenada because this is when the Americans came in to assist the Grenadian people in their fight, and normally October is a time when people are very emotional. Sometimes they're a little bit more angry than usual. They don't really see the friendly side of Grenadian people.
Because they remember the revolution.
They remember the revolution, and a lot of people don't have a lot of answers that they need. Even to the former leader at that time, the Morris Bishop, some people have questions about his body, not finding who took it and what happened to him.
So many people in Grenada have lost their family during the revolution and lost connection.
They have lost a lot of connection, but a lot of Americans lost their families too. Their soldiers did not come back, and that was somebody's mom, somebody's dad, somebody's uncle, and so they also grieved. So they had
Annie is an intelligent, educated, powerful woman, and I just loved the pleasure of her company. This time the bus was really crowded and we were jammed in there shoulder to shoulder. I guess COVID precautions only go so far. You don't need this. It's looking at me.
Celebrate like it's my birthday.